All right, how's it going out there, folks? Welcome back here to a quick update on this Monday, 5:15 p.m. California time here. June. It's January 6, 2025. Not quite ready for summer out here in California. Summers can be brutal. So we got an earthquake coming in here to the China area. I just got this notification here on my phone of a 6.5 earthquake coming in, which is a pretty large earthquake up here around the northern China area. I'm not seeing it coming in yet on the earthquake 3D globe. I've been double checking this. This is a combination here of USGS and the EMSC model, but so far none of them are picking up this earthquake that came in at 5:05 about 10 minutes ago, their local time. There is the signature showing up of that large earthquake. Obviously, it's a legit earthquake showing up on the Philippines and also the Japan station, so I'm not for sure why they have not reported it yet. Let me double check the EMSC model here, see what we got. Now they're reporting it as a 6.9. So let's take a look here, refresh this. It's a pretty large earthquake, nonetheless. Is it going to be this one? Ooh, it is. So 6.9 earthquake. That's actually outside the India area, China region, but around the Himalayas. For that 6.9. Looks like it just got down. Well, let me go ahead and check this out real quick. These parameters have not yet been reviewed by a seismologist, so this could get upgraded, downgraded. Hard to say which way it's going to go. Earlier there was a 5.2 in the same area, but I'm not for sure why we're not seeing the EMSC data on here, which is really weird because I have a combination here of USGS and the EMSC, even though it's showing up on their site. So it's a little odd. Either way, definitely a signature of some type of larger event, whether it's a 6.8, 6.9, 6.5, something of a decent size here. Let me check out the USGS, see if they've come up with it yet. They have not. So right now the only reporting agency is going to be the EMSC, and still the computers are bouncing around all over the place in terms of the magnitude. Looks like a 6.8 now at 17 kilometers deep. Either way, that would make this the largest earthquake so far this year, and the fourth 6-pointer. Starting things off with a bang out here in terms of decent earthquake activity. Nothing yet on the globe here. It's a little odd. I'm puzzled as to why it's showing up on the EMSC website. Now they've updated it to 7.0, so it's going up, down, all over the place, and that's probably why it hasn't got officially reported yet, is because no one's reviewed the data and put out a accurate measurement in terms of the magnitude and whatnot, the location, the depth. But we'll stick around here for a minute and see what the USGS is coming up with. Nothing yet, but obviously a felt earthquake. Let's see if we can see that on the map. EMSC seems a little slow. Earthquake location. Yeah, just outside the Himalayas there on the north side of that plate boundary. Obviously, it can see a lot of earthquake activity. Testimonies coming in. A few of them, it looks like. USGS just put out that notification and the EMSC right here. So I just got the notification here. It's a 7.0. Goodness, pretty decent magnitude there. They have it 56 miles northeast of Nepal, but it does look like it's on the China side here, off the Himalayas to the north. That's a very large earthquake, which would make the first 7-pointer of the year. Largest earthquake so far. 6 miles deep underneath this area. There it is on the Earthquake 3D globe, so it's finally coming in. Not for sure what was going on. I think it's just a little delay there in the review process, so to speak. Either way, that's a decent earthquake, and it will be sending out some S waves here. There's a primary wave, but the surface waves will come in last. I don't see them showing up yet on any of the other stations, but the P wave, obviously, there across the Philippines and Japan, showing up quite nicely. But we'll see that ring around the bell, so to speak, or ring the earth like a bell, I should say, to all the other seismograph stations there eventually. That's a pretty large earthquake. Looks like there was a little bit of movement out here in the last week. One further up north of 5.2. Really nothing specifically in this area, just a little mixed bag of earthquake activity. Handful of earthquakes there, but really no foreshocks or anything that I can see. Decent earthquake. I don't recall the last time we had a 7-pointer out here, but we got one now. Pretty shallow as well. So with that depth, we're going to see definitely see some damage, pending there is some population densities out here. Looks like there has been some larger quake activity, obviously, around that region. Nearby areas, hard to say. Really not too familiar with the population density out here, but it looks like it's away from any major populated area there as far as the epicenter goes. All right, so that's kind of a big one there. We'll cover this and more a little bit later on this evening, folks. See how this stirs up things across the plate tectonic world. I know these big earthquakes, when they take place out here, even though it's a release of strain out here in the general area, it also can add a domino effect here in terms of pressure transfer in various areas. So hard to say exactly where this could be leading as far as any elevated activity. But we'll cover this and more in tonight's update. California is still lighting up out here in Southern California. A little swarm going on here near Thermal, California, just off the San Andreas Fault. But no big earthquake activity out here for now. We'll continue to watch that. Again, sometimes these seismic waves, the waves themselves, as soon as they reach a little hot spot or a tense area, can actually trigger earthquake swarms and even larger earthquake activity. If you really think about it, it's a vibrational frequency there that's being sent to all these other seismograph stations around the globe, and I'm sure it has some type of effect on the strain in certain areas. So once again, 7-pointer, 7.0 earthquake, Nepal area, just outside Nepal. Very shallow at 6.2 miles there below the surface. All right, folks, stay safe out there. We'll see you guys back out here a little bit later on this evening.